stamping friends. Thanks for joining me today. So I have this really cool card to show you today. I received it for my birthday. I belong in a birthday club, so I get lots of cards for my birthday. And I also send out lots of cards, so it's mutual. But this one was so cool. And obviously they don't come with directions. They're just a card, birthday card. But check this out. Look at this. Isn't that neat? So of course I had to deconstruct it and figure out how to make it. So I figured let's do this for our Fun Fold Friday. So you need minimal supplies, and I'll tell you this, you can actually get 4 cards from one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I know, crazy, right? Well, you need a couple of other pieces too, like maybe some, for like this strip down here, you're going to need some, but you can use scraps. And you know what? I have lots of scraps, and I'm sure you do too. And then you need some basic white, a little bit of designer series paper. Now keep in mind the designer series paper, you can actually get 6 cards from one designer series paper. Well, you only need 4 if you're using the 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. But the 6 by 6 designer series paper, you can only get 1. So let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? We'll keep this up here for a little reference. So I've got my parts and pieces cut out. So I have my 8.5 by 11, 4.25 by 5.5 cardstock. We'll be cutting this and scoring it. Then I have a piece of designer series paper which measures 4 inches by 5.25. Oh, I forgot one of these pieces. You'll need 2 pieces of basic white which measure 2 inches. Oops. 2 inches by 3 3/8. So you'll need 2 of those. Somehow I lost one. And then you'll need a piece of cardstock that matches your base layer here. And these are just, they're retired papers, colors. Except for this. I think this might be crumb cake. I'm not too sure what color this is. It was a scrap I had laying around. And then this piece is 3/4 by 5.5. And your basic white is 5/8 by 5 1/8. All right. So we're going to do a little scoring and cutting on this. Now, if you're interested, I will have a PDF available showing a diagram of how to do this cutting and scoring on this piece. That's the hardest part. And honestly, once you get it down, it's a piece of cake. And like I said, you can get 4 out of one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. All right, so first what you want to do is, bring this down a little. So if you're using the Stampin' Up! Cutting trimmer, you'll want to score this at 2 1/8 inch on the short side. So on the 4.25 inch side, put it into your trimmer, and you want to go to 2 1/8 inch, which is basically 1/2 of 4.25, and you want to just score that. That's it. That's all the scoring you need. Next, you want to turn this around. So now you have the 5.5 inch up at the top, and you want to put this to the 1 inch mark, and there's a little 1 inch on the right hand side of the trimmer. So you want to line that up to 1 inch. And what I like to do is I like to take my blade, move it down to the 2 1/8 inch on my trimmer, and then cut upwards. Okay, so now you have your first piece there, right? So now you want to move this to the side, and you want to go what was it, 4.5 inches, I think. No, you want to move it back to 1 inch over here. Yeah, that's if you flip it over, it'd be 4.5 inch. Okay, so you want to go 1 inch on the other side and do the same thing. So really easy, and you could do this side first. and then go to 2 1/8 inch, which is to that score line. Okay, so that's it there. Now keep that in your trimmer. Go to 1/2 of 5 1/2, which is 2 3/4, and make sure you move the blade down. You want to go 2 1/8 inch to the 2 1/8 inch mark here and cut downward. Okay, lift that up, and then you're left with this funky piece here, right? But watch what you do. So you would fold this up and then fold this back, and now you're left with this, right? Isn't that cool? Oh my God, I was like so amazed at this. All right, so that's one piece. Now we have our designer series paper. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So what you'll want to do with this is on the 5 1/4, right? 5 1/4 this is? No, I'm sorry. This is 4 inches by 5 inches. 4 inches by 5 inches. So you want to cut this down in half to 2 1/2 inches. So you're left with two pieces that are 2 1/2 inches by 4 inches. So next, you'll want to put this in your trimmer and cut down, let's see, it's 3/4 of an inch, I believe. It's 3/4. Let me just check the measurement one time. Hang on a second. That's 1 inch. Yeah, so 3/4. So put this in your trimmer at 3/4 of an inch, and you want to cut down to the 2 1/8 inch mark. So go down to 2 1/8 inch, and you'll see that it has a ruler off to the side here. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you know what I'm talking about. Move this down just a hair. There we go. All right, so let's take this down to 2 1/8 here. Okay, then you want to turn it, and again measure 2 1/8, and you want to cut this piece off. So we're going to go down to that line that we just cut. Oops, it's moving on me. I could just about reach it. There we go. Okay, so then you're left with this funky piece, right? All right, we'll do the same thing on the other piece. So again, 3/4 down to 2 1/8. Turn that around. Measure 2 1/8. Right? No. What am I doing wrong? Did I do this one wrong? No, I think I cut too much. I did. So where am I cutting this? 2 1/8, not 2 1/4. Sorry about that. 2 1/8 inch. I think I said that right on the other one though. All right, so down to that cut line. Okay, there we go. All right. And then you have two odd shaped pieces such as these. All right, let's zoom back out. Okay. And I think we're done with the trimmer. Now we can start putting these pieces on. So you'll see these pieces fit right onto here. Oh, you know what? I didn't cut this correctly. Let me see if this one's right. No, okay. I guess I do need to go down just a little bit more. I need to cut 1/8 of an inch more. I'll have the correct measurements with the diagram in the PDF if you're interested. you'll just need to sign up for my newsletter. And once you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get that PDF. Let's see, I cut down, but all right. Oh, you know what? It looks like it should be 1 3/4, not 2 1/8. Okay. All right. Here we go. So as I said, I will have the diagram with the correct measurements on it. All right, so let's make sure those fit, and it does. And then this one should fit here, and it does. Okay, great. So let me adhere these. I got my multi-purpose glue. Now, next week on Tuesday, I will decorate this card with current papers, current designer series paper, and our new in colors or returning colors, or core colors. So you can do this with papers, and you know what, you can actually do this with any papers you have on hand. It doesn't have to be current. However, if you're interested in purchasing anything current, you certainly can do so. If you're not working with a demonstrator, I'd be more than happy to earn your business. Simply go to my website, which you can find the link in the description below the video. And as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you. We have several promotions going on for the full month of June. Designer series paper and a join now. So really cool. All right, let's put the basic white down. And this card is just about done. So very quickly it goes. And as I mentioned, if you're interested in the PDF, simply sign up for my newsletter. I send out a newsletter once a month. And occasionally, if there's some specials that Stampin' Up! Is running. All right, and put a little bit of glue on this piece. And we'll adhere this to the front. Now there is a little bit of a trick for adhering this to the front of the card, because you definitely don't want to put glue across the whole entire card, right? Because you get that opening here. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to flip it over, and I'm going to add glue on this side. A little bit here, not too much. And of course that moved because my finger's sticky. And then a little glue on the other side over here. And I found that this was the easiest way to line up and make sure you have the right amount of glue on your little strip here. Put that there. And this one on this side. When you're happy with the placement, press it down. Okay, that's it. Pretty neat. Like I said, minimal supplies, but goes quickly, and you can get 4 of these out of one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Well, you'll need a little extra, but I'm sure you've got some scraps laying around. So give it a try. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. If you are, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you're not a subscriber, just click that big red subscribe button. And to be notified when my videos go, when I upload my videos, make sure you hit the notification bell and hit all so that you're notified. Have a great day, guys. Happy stamping. Bye.